Hello, this is the Jayman show on WBCA 102.9 FM, Boston local community radio station, the best station in the whole wide world. I'm your host, Jaiye, Bynoe, aka the Jayman. And my guest today is JAK FRAWST, an artist and songwriter from the Georgia area. Hey, JAK FRAWST, what's up? Welcome to the show today.
Yeah, what's up, Jayman? How you feeling today, brother?
I'm feeling good. Summertime, sometimes it's time to hit the beach, the water parks, Florida, all that, still got the snow's gone. Yeah, so I'm feeling good. How you feeling? Feeling good?
Nah, all the time, man. I'm glad I'm alive and I'm not in jail.
Oh, yeah?
I'm good. So that's good. That's a good feeling.
Absolutely. God is good, absolutely, same here,
Absolutely.
Okay, so, yep. So, I want you to tell me a little about yourself, JAK FRAWST, how you got started in the music business, about your music working on it and what's going on in your life,
Okay. Well, my name is JAK FRAWST.
Okay.
And I'm from Hollis, Queens. And I represent Hollis, Queens and the surrounding areas like Springfield Boulevard, Murdoch Avenue, Francis Lewis, Farmers Boulevard, and Linden. Okay, so, my neighborhood is diverse. A lot of talent that came out of my hood, rather, like Run DMC, LL Cool J, Live Squad, Tribe Called Quest. The list goes on. Definitely some of my inspirations. And then you had EPMD, Rakim, KRS Ones. Those was the people that, sparked my brain. Wow. And as far as music was concerned, I grew up in like a melting pot of music. My mother and father, they grew up in Jamaica. They from Jamaica. So in my household, it was like so crazy because I would listen to Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, Bob Marley. Then I'm listening to Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson, and the Supremes. So it was just very diverse in my household. And not only that, my brother was like a local reggae artist. And my uncle also managed Yellow Man and Sister Nancy back in the days before they became famous.
Wow.
So just having that kind of inspiration in the household, I think music was already a seed inside of me, but just that inspiration of so much diverse music I was hearing in my neighborhood, that caused it to grow. Because there's a lot of talented brothers and sisters in my neighborhood in Queens, whether it's producers, actors, rappers, poets. There's just so much diversity in my neighborhood. So that's where I garnered my inspiration from. And I began with a local group called the Derlick Camp. And we was local, but very popular. And we were signed to Next Plateau for distribution. And the video was Move It In, Move It Out. It played on BET.
Wow.
It played on MTV, The Box. And we kind of broke up before our second single because we didn't understand it. We were foolish. We didn't understand the business. And that just caused our destruction. But I continued. I kept going. It's just a passion for me, so I kept going. That garnered the attention of Sha Trone, one of the members of No Face.
Okay.
With Mark Sex and Ed Lover.
Wow.
Yeah. So he introduced me to Digital Underground. And he introduced me to Shock first, Shock G. Rest in peace, Shock.
Rest in peace, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to meet Shock, and Shock let me hear some production. I, spit a few rhymes for Shock, and then we developed a relationship from there. And then Shock invited me on tour with Digital Underground, and I got to meet Money B. Very talented brother, genius when it comes to the music. Matter of fact, they're continuing Digital Underground with Young Hunk. They got another guy, Young Hunk, very talented brother. And they allowed me to go on tour with them. So, you know, I learned a lot from those brothers. So, you know, just learning that increased my passion to keep creating and keep going in the studio, because I felt like, hey, I got more to offer. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I got that opportunity. And the greatest blessing I got was to work with Boston's own Velvet DeVoe.
Oh, wow.
Yes, absolutely. I got to work with Mike Bivins, Bonnie DeVoe, and Ricky Bell, man. Yo, talented brothers, man. Bar nothing. Great guys. Legendary, iconic brothers. You know, they afforded me the opportunity to work with them. And, you know, that was definitely a blessing, you know, because I learned a lot. They legends, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of these young brothers don't know. They definitely a part of the, you know, the pioneering of this. They came from right under Force MDs and then took it from there and ran with it. So, you know, you got to you know, I was with some legends that was, I'm still blown away by it now that I did a song with them, you know. So that was a great opportunity. They invited me to do the video. I also accompanied them to Soul Train. So that was a great experience. And the craziest thing was the first time I've ever been to LA, you know, was going with them. That's crazy because, you know, we did the video in LA. We also came back 2 weeks later to do Soul Train. So that was a lovely experience. Wow. You know, working with those guys. They made it real easy for me, you know. And I learned a lot. They showed me a lot. You know, these is legends and, you know, icons. Yeah. So, you know, they definitely showed me a lot. That was a lovely experience. Currently, I'm working on a play with two of my friends. Okay. Rashad Worthy, a.k.a. your man Bam, and his lovely lady, Kamisha Farkaharson. And the name of the play is called Through Crystal's Eyes. And we're shedding light on domestic violence awareness. The play did very well. The play did very well. We had 2 sold-out shows at St. John's University.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it did very well. And that was great to see the turnout. You know, you had grandmothers out there, you had mothers out there, you had kids out there. And, you know, we're shedding light on domestic violence. And I do the theme song, Through Crystal's Eyes. Check that out. It's on YouTube, y'all. Check that out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did that. And we're going to have that set for you guys. It's going to be on Netflix. I'm going to surprise y'all. So we're looking for that to be, is in casting now for Netflix. So look out for Through Crystal's Eyes. That's what we got working. We're working on that right now. And currently I got a single called That's Facts, or Facts, whatever you want to call it. Okay. It's currently on the Benny the Butcher, Volume 4, Cutting It with Benny. And it's getting a lot of love, so you check that out. We got a cartoon video, directed by your man, Bam. And, you know, I do production work. I've produced for Ray Cash.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he was on Columbia Records. Shout out to Rockweiler, 2-time Grammy Award winner, my big bro.
Absolutely.
He co-produced it with me. Yeah, definitely one of my mentors. And, you know, just taking it one day at a time, Jay. Absolutely. You know, I'm doing it independently. You know, building relationships, networking. Yeah. And making passionate music.
Well, that's definitely a key to success. You know, being passionate, making good music. That's the key to success. I would say, you know, you're doing great. Absolutely, man. Yeah. So what inspired you to get into music? You know, what inspires you to be an artist and do what you do?
What inspires you? Okay, well, you know, as I said, I'm from Hollis Avenue. You know, I'm from Queens. Black Rock and Ron, you know, was a local great group from our hood.
Okay.
And they live right in my neighborhood. As I said, my neighborhood is diverse. You know, you got Ed Lover, No Face, Live Squad, Tribe Coco. There's so much diversity in my neighborhood. So, you know, just growing up in the household I did, listening to the music I did, just going to the schools I did, just being around the people I was around, you know, that was the influence. I think I always had the seed of music inside of me. Yeah. You know, I don't know whether my mom was pregnant and just because of the music she was listening to, but, you know, just growing up in the 80s, Jay, just growing up in the 80s, I was fascinated with music. It was a pleasure growing up in the 80s because it was very diverse. You know, you had rock and roll, you had metal, then hip hop was making its rise. So it's all kind of country music. It was just different. It was just a melting pot of music. So just listening to all those kind of fusions of music, it just did something to me. You know, it did a lot to me, Jay. So, you know, that's why I love music right now. You know, that doing production and just the writing, just loving it, you know, just expressing myself, you know, communicating through music. You know, that's my freedom, music, Jay.
Yeah, and that's a blessing, you know, because you've got some great songs, you know. So please check him out. You know, this is, you know, you're a wonderful artist. I hope, you know, and I saw a video of that was a great video. Those are some awful legends that you have to work with, you know. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Actually, one of those videos was produced by Jazzo.
Okay.
Jay-Z's mentor. Gotta Make It. I'm currently on YouTube.
Okay.
Right now. Production, the production, you know, that just brought something special out of me, you know, because these times that we're going through, Jay, these political times, just the transition from the 80s to the 90s, and God, you know, blessing me being here today. Yeah. Gotta Make It is just the soundtrack to our lives. Yeah. All of us, we gotta make it.
Absolutely. We absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself, you know, because that's the key. You know, we can all make it together. I always tell people that we can make it together, you know. Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay, so I guess my next question is, what advice can you give artists? I mean, to want to be a musician or an artist, what advice can you give us to want to follow you, that want to be the next show or follow you?
Well, you know what, Jay? That's a great question, Jay. That's a great question. Be yourself. Okay. You know, be yourself, have fun. Those are the two first things I would tell an artist. Okay. Be yourself, have fun. Reason being is, you could take suggestions. You know, I take suggestions, but here's the thing about the suggestions. I'm the one that got to perform it. I got to be the one that's comfortable on stage. I'm the one that's going out there. So don't never try to be like nobody else. Do what's comfortable to you. Bring people into your world. That's what I suggest. Because my thing is, it was a time in music, Jay, honestly, I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not knocking no artist, though. Here's the thing. I appreciate every artist, any artist, because guess what? They expressing themselves. Yeah. So I'm never going to knock no artist for expressing themselves. But I just felt, to me, that it was a lack of passion in the music. Like people was just doing music for money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. When you're passionate about the music, Jay, the money gonna come. Absolutely. Love what you do. If I was a garbage man, Jay, I'm gonna be the best garbage man I could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be music, but that's what I would tell an artist, man. Be yourself, have fun, because here's the thing, when you lose the fun for it,
yeah,
you shouldn't be doing it no more.
Yeah.
When you're losing the passion for it. Because guess what? There's another artist, or I won't want to say role model. I don't want to touch that because I'm not perfect myself. But what I would say is really have passion. Don't choose the money. The money gonna come. Make good music, and then the rest will follow. So that's what I'll tell an artist.
Yeah, and that's some great advice. I definitely hear that. You know, that's some great advice. You know, and yeah, absolutely. You know, because that's what we need to hear, especially now. You know, with what is right now. You know, we need to hear that kind of advice. You know, and that encouragement, inspiration. Yeah, that's absolutely. Yeah. So,
hey, can I be honest with you, Jay?
Yeah, please.
Hey, man, I was almost nervous to wear this Mets hat. You know what I mean? Because I had to rethink about it. I was like, hold on, they don't like the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to start it off wrong in Boston. I got so much love for Boston. So, you know what? I was like, oh, hold on. I can't wear this. I don't know what's going on. You know, but Boston been kind to me. You know what I mean? I got nothing but love for Boston, you know, as an upcoming artist, you know, coming out with my group, Derelict Camp. You know, we went through Boston. They showed us some love. It was just sad that we had to discontinue, you know, due to our ignorance. We didn't understand the game. And, you know, I learned a lot. So, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you plan to be in Boston anytime soon? Are you there?
Nobody else do what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. So do you plan to be in Boston anytime soon in the future? So we can hook up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, as I said, we did the Through Crystal Eyes play. It was a great turnout, and then you know, the pandemic just devastated us all.
Yeah.
You know, my heart goes out to all those families. All those individuals that we lost, you know, during the pandemic. But now everything's looking, you know, having a positive turnout.
Yes.
We definitely coming to Boston. You got to grace our presence in Boston, you know what I'm saying? As I said, you know, I worked with the legendary Belvedere DeVoe. They showed me so much love, so I got to give back. I definitely got to give back.
That's what. Yeah, well, if you come, you know, I want you to come from my house for dinner, okay? You always walk in my house, okay? So I definitely want us to meet, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Come on, Jay, my big bro. I definitely got to come through. It's a family affair.
Look, I got you, you know. Yeah, absolutely, yes. So my question is, how did the pandemic affect you musically? How did it affect you, the pandemic?
Well, you know, Jay, you know, I was always a cool person in my neighborhood, but and I started turning antisocial. But I think I became extremely antisocial during the pandemic. It affected me because, as I said, we couldn't continue to tour for the play. That hurt. I tried to, you know, go to certain studios, but, you know, they had their requirements. And, you know, it's kind of rough. You know, you make by appointments, and then, you know, it's other creatives that's trying to go to the studio and do the same thing. So, you know, it was kind of hard, to, you know, make maneuver. But down in Atlanta, they closed a few things. They definitely, you know, closed a lot of things. But you couldn't do as much shows as you wanted to. Because, you know, all the venues are starting to close, you know, bars was closed, you couldn't really do nothing.
Yeah.
And I didn't really think about streaming a show, doing, you know, streaming any shows, because I didn't have the full EP out yet, so it didn't make sense for me to, come out and stream 2 songs. You feel me?
Yeah, I do.
I already had that in motion. So the pandemic was just horrible, man. We lost a lot of good people during this. Fred the Godson, so many other people. Sorry, I didn't really know anybody else, but a lot of people lost lives out here, man. We lost a lot of good people, great workers, so that affected me also. So I'm just trying to stay positive, Jay. Make good music.
Yeah.
As I said, the single "Facts" is a cartoon video directed by your man Bam. It'll probably be out the week of July 9th. And, it's produced by Mr. Fingers, the producer that produced Holla Holla for Ja Rule. He also did Jay-Z, Mariah Carey, Lloyd Banks. So, I'm definitely working with a lot of talented people. So, hopefully, I could bring that passion back in the world again.
Absolutely. That's a blessing to be able to meet so many talented people like that, because I've met some people I've met like people like Beyonce, Ashanti, yeah. And so they're very nice. Maya, yeah. They're very nice, yeah.
All talented artists.
Yeah.
All talented artists. Beyonce and Ashanti, talented artists.
I respect them, I look up to them with the heart almost for people of all ages, yeah. So yeah, absolutely, okay. Yeah, so okay, so do you want to ask me some questions to interview me now?
Oh yeah, I interview you, Jay.
Okay, yes, yeah. Okay.
So Jay, where did you find your passion for journalism?
Well, I think that I started when I was a kid. I used to I started singing in the church choir when I was like 7 or 8, and it started happening from there, all the church to high school, and then I met my producer Donald Poole, and we started making songs, and it just kind of grew because I've always wanted to be the kid who was able to sing and entertain, So, and I think that journalism just happened from early age, and then I started making songs about expressing how I feel through music, and then trying to get it out there. And then I went to college. I got my associate's degree at RCC, and I went to B&N. I got my I learned how to do production engineering. Got my show to B&N, the Jayman show, and just started reaching out to artists like yourself, and that's how it started growing, and it's just taking me down to whatever I would go, and it's been a blessing just to be able to meet some people like yourself. And so I guess I've always wanted to be an artist, so I can help people, achieve their dreams that they want. So I would say just believe in yourself, have faith, believe in God, put God first, and you can go far. So I always say, be yourself and live your life the best you can. And so that's how it started for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and it's
absolutely.
It's something I never let go. That's, I want to try and encourage people to do right, not do wrong, be a leader, not a follower. And so that's how it sort of started for me, journalism, and writing songs, because I just want to try and be a good role model. I'm not perfect. I don't have one answer, but I try and do the best I can, because I think that's all you can do, Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Jay, let me ask you, who were some of your earlier influences? Who inspired you?
Oh, okay. I'll probably I would say Babyface, Quincy Jones, Clive Davis, Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. You definitely meeting you inspired me. Beyonce, JC, Alicia.
Likewise, brother.
Like the whole list goes on. I mean, I try and follow artists that set good, that are possible ones for people who set good boundaries, good standards. So that's what sort of inspires me, who I look up to.
Wow, great. So let me ask you, where do you see your brand in the next 5 years?
Well, hopefully
you're doing well. You're doing great right now, Jay. But where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, hopefully I'll be. I just finished college, so hopefully I'll be able to maybe get my show syndicated, or be able to hopefully get a production deal, recording deal, and invite for artists like yourself. I may make an album, and hopefully maybe have a TV show or talk show. I don't know. Maybe get the kind of movie or go on tour. Because of course, right now I'm in Boston Casting, which is an agency, and I'm doing actually like a movie. So hopefully I can do that. So hopefully 5-10 years, and I'll be I'll be more established in the business, entertainment business. Maybe have a TV show, a phone company. Be able to help artists reach their goals, and just maybe have a house in Florida. Live where it's warm. Because I don't like the cold snow. So I want to try and go to Boston. Get to where it's warm. So hopefully 5 years I'll be able to have a house, or maybe be able to work with you and produce for artists, or have my own TV show, maybe have my own podcast show syndicated. I don't know.
You know what, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of working with me, you said it what I was thinking, because I was like, hold on, you doing casting? I'm gonna have to be in one of your movies, Jay.
Absolutely,
that sounds like a plan. I'm gonna have to come audition for one of those movies, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
That sounds like a dope plan. So let me ask you, Jay, what would you tell somebody that's aspiring to be just like you?
I would say first believe in God, put God first, and work real hard, and try and go to college. At least get some kind of college education, like getting in associate's degree. So you have some college to fall back on, and then try and meet the right people like yourself, and try and start a podcast show. Learn how to produce your own shows. Learn how to write music, create music, write lyrics, and just have fun. Just have fun. Get out there, use social network. Just have fun. Be yourself, and you can't go wrong. And keep God first. As long as you keep God first, you'll go far. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Now, my $1 million question, Jay, that I want to ask you, because I'm definitely a fan of your show, the Jayman Show.
Thank you.
You have very interesting topics, very interesting people. You have Maya, you have Ashante. I'm a fan of both. Matthew knows. I had the pleasure of meeting him up at Sony. But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
What gave you the inspiration for this show, this innovative show?
Well, I think after creating music, and I have nothing done, I decided to take an internship at Boston BNN, and I learned how to produce shows there. I learned how to do camera equipment. Learned how to do the soundboard, and it just came more fun. I was like, wow, I can do this, So then I heard about a radio show, so I took a radio class at BNN, and it just came natural. It was fun. I was like, wow, I can do this though. So then I started reaching out to people and on my show, and it just took off from there, So, and I guess I never pitched myself being a producer, but once I got into it, it was like, this is awesome. I can do this, So, and this was a step in, and going to college, and made myself more established. I was like, wow, So this is what it's about, So that's what maybe why I do this show, because I want to try and reach people from my show and over the whole world, So I can say, as long as you put God first, you work hard like I do, you can be the next me, So I think that having this podcast show, I'm able to branch out and meet people from people like yourself, and everywhere from all over the world. So who I am, what I'm about. So I try and talk about interesting shows that people can relate to, what's going on in the world, I try and make sure that I can be them. I can feel them, I can feel what they're going through, so I can help them feel better. So I can try and get a sense of what the person's about, so I can try and bring the talent onto my show so they can shine. So that's what it's about for me. It's not about the money thing. It's about being help people. So you see, I always try and say, I want to help you first, and money comes second. So that's what it's about for me. And I guess
absolutely, Jay.
Yep. So
let me ask you, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
somebody wants to get into the journalism business, how would you advise them, or what would you suggest to them, rather? What kind of team should they have around them? Who should they have? Who should they start with?
Well, they should definitely have someone like yourself and a producer like Donald Poole. They should definitely they should definitely try and reach out to people on social media, or maybe try and go to college, you know, get the social degree so you can meet people there, and or try and go to a studio like BNN, or try and find social network, you know, or come to me, you know. But I guess the best advice I can say is just try and have fun, you know, and try and meet the people that are positive, you know, that are for you, because, you know, and make sure that's the right person, you know, because you don't want to be a scam. So make sure it's the right person, you know, on the same level, you know. I have the same chemistry, the same respect, you know, that I have, you know, and that's what's about, you know. So I would say, number one, make sure you find the right person, you know. Make sure you do your research, you know, of what you want to do, you know, and second, you know, journalism it's a tough business. So people are gonna, they might say criticism and harsh words, but you can't let that affect you. You know, just do what, you know, is right. You know, you can't go wrong. You know, so always, you know, so try and take the good or bad. You know, some people, you know, like what you do, but don't want you to believe in yourself. You work hard. You can't go wrong. You know, and keep God first. I said, keep God first.
Definitely, definitely. So let me ask you something, Jay. Other than the Jayman show and, you know, writing the music and producing the music, are you currently working on any other projects right now?
Well, my producer Donald Poole and I are working on a song for Maya, and we're working on some Christmas songs for Maya, from singer Maya. We're going to try and send that to her in July, and so let's see.
Absolutely.
Yep. So we're going to try and make for artists like Maya, maybe Ashanti, and we're trying to get some more songs.
I got some production.
Yeah,
I got some production, Jay.
Please send it to me on my post on Pool, so we can try and help each other, you know, please. And that's the best thing, you know. So you
absolutely.
Know, yeah, so, yeah, you know, and like I said,
absolutely, Jay.
But for me, I mean, I'm just going to.
God is good, like you said.
Yes, he is.
We just developed a friendship, and it's a good network right here. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be a pleasure to work with you, Maya, Shantae, whoever. So
yes,
yeah, man, that's love, right? That's love right there. God is good, definitely.
All the time. Let's make this a year. I said, let's make this a year, okay? I finished college. Let's make this a year to shine, okay? You know,
absolutely.
Because the thing is, so I want to try and get something going before the winter comes. So I don't like the winter time. So I want to try and be real strong, you know. So you know, because I just can't do the winter time, you know. So you know, so I'm trying to do something now, you know. So you know, so that's what it's about for me, you know. But yeah, but as long as you put God first, I think this is gonna be a year. This is definitely gonna be a year. I can feel, you know, this is our time to shine, you know. So we can all make.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You already know.
Yeah,
you know, we just gotta always use that passion and inspiration, man, to a good cause.
Absolutely, you know, and I definitely agree, you know. So yeah, so I guess my next question for you is where do you see yourself 10 years from now, or down the line in the future?
10 years from now, having a successful independent label, maybe getting distribution from the majors, clothing line that we also have right now in the making, and probably going to Silicon Valley to try to develop some kind of technology. Of course, it wouldn't be me, but I'll be giving the funding to some intelligent IT tech that come up with some new innovation for us to use. And just being humane, Jay.
Yeah.
Just trying to be a better me, be a better person.
Absolutely, because I'm not.
You know,
yeah, because you're absolutely, because you're right though. I'm trying to be a little better myself. I'm trying to do better myself, you know. So I want to try and, you know, inspire kids like my mom said, you know, because I know how hard it can be, you know. So we can try and find kids, next generation, you know, to do what's right, we'll go far, you know, because that's what it's about for me, you know, so. And I know kids need someone to look up to, and I want it to be me as well as you, you know, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay.
All we can do is do our best, Jay.
That's true. That's all you can do. Just do the best you can, you know. And I can, you know, just do your best, you know, you'll go far. Okay. So my next question for you is, so what does that to do for fun when networking? What does that like to do for fun and travel?
What I like to do for fun and travel?
Yeah, and travel, yeah. Yeah.
I can't tell y'all all the fun on here, but I mean, Jay, you know what? Hold on, rephrase that. What you want, the G version, the PG-13, or the triple X version of fun that I'm gonna have? I'm kidding.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
Just
how about the G version? Because this is a public show. How about the G version? Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'm just joking. I was kidding.
Okay.
Actually, when I'm traveling, maybe performing, meeting new people, networking. I'm not gonna say maybe performing. I enjoy performing. I enjoy meeting new people, networking, teaching somebody something, learning something new, learning the culture, eating the foods, learning the people, learning the language. Just being in a different atmosphere, Jake. It's always a blessing within a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, because I love traveling to Florida, Walt Disney World, you know, and places like Hawaii or California, you know, yeah. So that's what for me it's about. You're getting to travel, meet people like yourself, and yeah, you're right. You know, just learn new things, try and expand. You know, learn a new culture. Yeah, that's what it's about. You know, I definitely agree. You know.
Being in hot weather.
Yeah.
Being away from the cold.
Oh, you bet. You said it. You still was on. You got it. You got it.
You feel me, Jayman?
Yeah, that's it.
You can't be out here. You can't be out here in this cold weather, man.
Oh no. You got it. You got it. You still was right on my mouth. You know, I was gonna say that. You know, so, yeah. Being away from being in the hot warm weather like Florida, Hawaii, California, because Boston's okay in the summertime right now, but when time over.
I know it. I know about that, I know about that Boston weather.
Yeah, yeah. So, so that's fine. I'm so glad we got the chance to meet, so we can help each other, and make it before the snow comes. I think this is the best, so it's going to be a year, and like I said, so glad I got to meet you, hook up with you, learn about you, your story, I can see the passion you have, you're going to go far, and just learn how you got to meet these stars like JC, and it's great, we definitely need more people like yourself to reach out to us, and inspire us, so yeah, so that's what it's about.
Hold on. You know what, Jay? I can't finish this video without shouting out one of my big bros.
Okay.
Not my biological brother, but I gotta shout out my brother Rockweiler, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have had the opportunity to work with Belle Biv DeVoe or meet, certain people like Jay-Z or Beyonce or any one of those high profile celebs. So big shout out to my brother Rockweiler, man, for helping me out, just mentoring me, telling me certain things. That goes a long way, so just putting my best foot forward and, looking ahead to the future, making good music, passionate music that people could feel. And, hopefully, people will feel my vision, that the way I express myself.
Oh, I know they will, because I can feel your vision right now. So absolutely, and you're right. Rest in peace, he sounds like he was a great man, and yeah, I can definitely feel your vision, your passion. I can definitely tell we're both going to go far, so absolutely. So, okay, so my next question is how can we find you on social media? how can we hook up with you on social media if you want to I'll reach out to you?
Okay. Okay, on Instagram it'll be at JAK FRAWST, and I spell it differently. You know, it's JAKFRAWST.
Okay.
1. Okay, so that's at Instagram, and that's JAKFRAWST numeral 1 at Instagram. Follow me. Feel my world. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and on Facebook, it'll be the same thing, JAKFRAWST. And my single, Through Crystal's Eyes, which is the theme song to Through Crystal's Eyes, the play, that's on Spotify too. That's on all digital outlets. I Gotta Make It, produced by Jaiye. That's also on Spotify, Apple, and Deezer, all digital platforms.